Welcome back, everybody. What's up? Hope you guys enjoy the training footage. I got a little bit of a longer one for you today. This is about an entire week's worth of training, other than I didn't do a little bit of filming at the firehouse this week, but this is everything I did at the gyms and whatnot. So day one ended up being, I really enjoyed this training session. Doing some stuff that's making me feel a little bit like an athlete and finding that workaround. So med ball throws have been the majority of my quote-unquote throwing practice lately. So doing a couple different variations here. You see kind of a hip toss, rotational hip toss here. Just trying to throw that ball as fast as I can and as hard as I can. And then pairing that with that omega attachment on the landmine. And here, obviously, doing some regular med ball rotational throws. Been feeling, sometimes you miss that box. But doing some athletic rotational power stuff. I'm pairing this with the landmine rotation, core rotation with the omega attachment. And today I was just working up, this looks like the same video. I think I worked up to like 20 kilos per side for 3 each side. So sometimes video gets messed up and I'm not re-editing it. And here's once again, some super exciting med ball throws. But I've actually think that the med ball throws, and really I got to get back to doing the shot put style, and I actually did a set here to finish up the day. I think those have helped my throwing a ton, specifically shot put style ones. There's a few more plates on there on this one, I can tell. Probably how red my head's turning because of the pressure build up there at the top. This attachment makes a landmine rotation very, very difficult, very different, and here's you get those shot put throws. I've been doing them up to a 20 or 30 pound sand ball, slam ball into the wall. Not right there, but against like a brick wall. But I find that those have actually really helped my stone put throws, especially my Braemar is kind of just feeling myself turning the hips. Here's where I went. My goal with my core work lately has been working heavier than I normally do. So I cut down the reps on this with 3 per side. I think this was about 20 kilos on there, 4 or 5 kilo plates. And on this day I did speed bench. Now it was a speed-ish bench. So went slingshot. I've been doing slingshot a good bit lately, trying to keep the shoulders feeling good because I don't really care how much I bench press. It's kind of funny to completely kind of get rid of that feeling of my bench press. But banded 100 kilos, 220 with a slingshot for a 5x5. I wish I could do everything else as comfortably and confidently as I bench press. I feel very comfortable and confident in a bench press. And yeah, it's like, I feel like I can bench 220 smoother than I can squat 220, but it's not truly the case. Same with deadlift. I pull deadlifts better. And then I went to speed deadlifts. This is 1 rep. I think it was every 30-ish seconds. I wasn't timing them super strict like I normally do. Hadn't speed pulled in a while. I've been doing some clean pulls and some different variations. So 120 kilos with green bands, Monster Mini bands. No idea what the top tension is. It's just a green band for me. Started lighter, trying to continue to move fast, and then finished the day with some sandbag carries. I've been mixing in a little bit of some quote-unquote strongman style training. I'm sorry I didn't speed that one up. Or maybe I did. This is just how slow I was walking. Just being deliberate with my steps, trying to feel like my hamstrings and quads in different steps, kind of being mentally aware of what I'm doing. I think it was a 150-pound sandbag, nothing too crazy. But doing some strongman stuff as cardio and conditioning and finishers and stuff like that at the end with some farmer's carries and some yoke carries and stuff like that as well. Here's my squat day that I did on the day. Did box squats. Just wanting to, I didn't really have a number in mind, but as the day went on, I kind of did have a number in mind. I paired every set of squats with trap bar jumps you saw at the very beginning, and I throw another set in here somewhere. It's just 40 kilos, 88 pounds on the trap bar jumps. So I was starting working up beltless, and the biggest thing I describe on my squats right now is with my leg being a limiter, it's not like the weight doesn't feel heavy. And I try to fire fast, and I watch this video, I'm like, I'm moving slow as dirt for what I'm trying. And I feel that. I feel that I'm moving slow. So I was going to do around 160 kilos, and this is what intra-set rest looks like as a gym owner. You may end up with cleaning the bathroom or vacuuming your turf and the rest of your gym in between your sets. And you try to do it when nobody's there. So this was a trap bar jump and squats and vacuum was my circuit here. So I've gone a little bit lighter in general with the trap bar jumps. I do that even if I was 100% healthy. But 160 kilos-ish, well, it was 165 with a barbell, so this is 170 kilos. So 385, it was just to kind of work up 160-ish kilos to 170. And this is 175. Things were moving pretty good, so I took a couple singles at the top off the script and worked up to 185 kilos or 407. It was the first time getting over 400 pounds on some sort of squat. That wasn't a half squat, even though it was a box squat. So feeling a little more confident there, but the strength still is not there unilaterally. I did raise the box one mat and kind of brought my stance in just a little and kept the tension on instead of fully deloading on here. And these were out of order, the videos were, but I did a set of 10 at 275, just kind of a touch and go box squat. You can tell it's a little bit high, but just trying to put load in the muscles. Moved into some quote unquote deadlifts after this, and I don't know what is going on here. This is an out of order set. I apologize. You guys, I didn't really check this. Just diminished the sound, so no copyright issues with my voiceover. But the squats felt relatively good other than they're just slow. There's like, my body has a governor right now. It won't let itself go hard as hard as I want, and it's not mental. There's no pain. So it's very difficult for me to wrap my head around. The deadlift just happened at 375, felt awesome, and then this 440 felt terrible. So there's kind of that governor, my body just not doing what it wants at a certain point. But worked up to just 3 moderate singles, and then here you'll see, and I once again should have sped this up, but if you pay close attention, look at the range of motion here on my right leg, and then you'll see my left leg. So this is single leg extension, something I've been doing as a measure for my quad progression, and this left leg just does not reach the height, the very top end range of motion. And I do both legs, and I do, here I sped this one up, and you can still kind of pay attention to the range of motion there. The left just does not get that top end, and I've got hardly any weight on there, and here I kind of do it as a drop set. And I'm just trying to pump that leg full of blood. Moving on another day, this was a pretty fun workout as well. Obviously, I like throwing med balls, so here's back to a 4-pound med ball. The last video had an 8-pound med ball. I think I did 5 sets of 5 each side here, so a little bit higher volume because I'm not throwing anything else at all, really. This day, I didn't throw before this. Maybe I did. No, I didn't. I've been mixing in very little bit of throws, but this is my Olympic lifting day, basically, of what I've been doing for Olympic lifts. Started with that. Been hitting heavy abs, as I kind of already mentioned, and this is from the Nick Aston special, the glute ham halo sit-up, and I've moved up to a 15-kilo plate or a 33-pound plate, up from a 25-pound plate. So trying to work my way heavy with these. Started light and kind of gauging it. So drop the reps back. I think it was 4 per side here. And then I did, you can watch the single leg hops after this, obviously, once again, trying to make the left leg work. The right leg is feeling normal. The left leg doesn't feel that bad until I really, really have to push force and power. And then it just doesn't fire. I have to measure it off the single leg extension, and I'm still not back to 50% strength of my right, so I had a pretty substantial deficit there. Actually, these have gone really well, much better. In week 1, I felt terrible with these deficit power snatches. I hadn't been doing a lot because of the leg, but worked up 90 kilos here for 6 singles. I think I missed video in one of them. Week 1 was 80 kilos, and I was really worried with how terribly they went. And then I moved on to cleans, power clean plus front squat. And I've done this before, and this was worked up to 120 kilos the other week, and this was all 6 sets at 120. And once again, these front squats at 120 kilos should not be that hard, but it takes everything. They move all right on camera, but I promise you it is taking everything in me to move these up. It almost feels like max effort going into those front squats on the way up, and they don't move the way they should. So speed's definitely not there on the lifts. I haven't even been measuring speed because I just don't feel like the speed's there on both the snatches and cleans. So I've kind of just taken that step out of the equation for me. I don't know how much else accessory work I put in here after this, but I hope you guys enjoy the full longer form video of a whole week's worth of training. It just goes easier with me with editing up a video. I'm not doing the full, day to day, each video one day is a video and stuff like that. But I enjoyed kind of giving you the longer form. Oh yeah, we finished the week with an 8-mile hike with my wife. So leg got tired after about mile 6. It was 7.74 miles. I burned about, according to my chest strap heart rate monitor, almost 1,100 calories. It was a very hot day. We were in the middle of the day. It took about 3 hours. We ran into a little snake friend. I have a video here at the very end. Black snake, rat snake, whatever you call him.
See how he's,
pretty big fella.
mimicking that
He's about,
rattlesnake, though?
maybe
He's
I'd
not
guess,
really
about
a
6 foot
rattlesnake.
long. No matter what, even though I know he's not
buddy.
that bad,
Going up there.
I'm not getting closer.